Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Serenity, hi. Did you break something? Nope, you did not. The alert box is being stupid. As it is. I don't know why it does that. I looked it up. There's 1,000,002 reasons it could be. I don't know. Apparently you gave me an emote. Oh, cute. No, I'll have my glasses in a minute. I just don't like starting off with them, honestly. Grandma mode will be in a minute. I know you're excited. Just give me a second. I want to make sure that this has enough light. It looks really dark. Though it's not supposed to be that dark. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay. We're gonna do a fantasy shop today, because I feel like it. Nothing actually inspired me to do this today. I just thought about shops and I wanted to draw one. And I wasn't gonna do it ATC size for once, so this is 5x7. On hot press watercolor paper. Ooh, love it. It's arches, so we'll see how that goes. How you been, Serenity? How you feeling? You alright? How's your week been? God, it doesn't feel like Saturday to me. It really doesn't. Oh, wow. Arches, right? Yeah, arches. Whoa. Bringing out the big guns for this one. Gonna get spoiled. Spoilt. Let's put this on random. Okay. So, how's my sound and stuff, Serenity? We doing alright? Had a few moments where your health kind of betrayed you. No! Oh no. Serenity, I hate hearing how your body just rejects you. You're such a sweetie. That's such crap on your body's part. What's this one look like? God, I don't want to use inks, but I kind of want to use inks. Man. Sounds good. Sounds good. Good. That's about right. Medicine store. Oh, that's good, I think. What is the Pride Pog? Is that like a little bee? What is it? I get that it's probably for pride, but is it I don't know what it is. Okay. I wish I had my tiny ruler. Where is my tiny ruler? Oh my god. Ask and you shall receive. Wow. Wow. Also, I think everybody should have one of these. It's just a 6-inch ruler. Man, it can do so much. It's stupid. I love it. Oh, I'm gonna get out these things too. Hold on. We haven't used these yet. Let's use these things, potentially. Since I'm doing architecture, we might need some of these. I literally have not opened any of them yet. I have not had any time to do anything fun. So that's what the streams are for. They're for fun times. I put this out, but I actually want to do a thumbnail or two before I get rolling on that. Journey Joan, some other crap. Alright. How was my week? I don't even remember there being a week. I'm gonna be honest. Ever since I went freelance, every day is the damn same. And especially now since quarantine, I don't go anywhere. I don't know what day it is, like 90% of the time. And I used to be super rigid about schedules and all kinds of things. And man, I'm telling you, things change. Like, you change who you are when, like, everything's just gone, you know? I guess the past few days have been good. I don't know when the week ended and began, but I don't know. How dark is that? That's too dark. This feels too bright. I feel shiny. Let me see if my face is just... this looks like crap. What is going on? There we go. That's a little better. Oh man, that's shiny. Okay. Okay. Yeah, never know what day it is anymore. Alright, here we go. You ready for this? Let me clean them off first. You're not even ready. It was supposed to start raining today at like 1 p.m. It's now 7 p.m. I'm pissed, and it hasn't rained at all. Like, it was supposed to be a rainy day, and it is not a rainy day. So. Alright. You know, in terms of getting this down really quick, I'm going to just trace an ATC. I'm not doing an ATC. I'm just going to trace it. So I have, like, kind of a similar ratio to what I'm going to be doing. God, nobody's on today. What's the deal? Granted, I didn't do a thing on Instagram, but you'd like to think people know your schedule by now. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do this. There we go. Alright. So, what kind of storefront do I want? I wanted for sure something with an awning. I thought that'd be cute. I'm gonna do my sort of wood elements. I want it to be kind of a taller shop. I was thinking of having a character out front. I thought that could be cute. Maybe an animal character. Obviously. Yeah, man, heat. I can't do it. It's been 90 the past... See, I guess the only way I keep track of days is through the weather. So the past 4 or 5 days, it's been like 90 outside. 90 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. It's hot. It's bad. So anyway. Okay. I'm gonna just totally spitball this too. I'm gonna have the ground fade off. I think I'm gonna have it be cobblestone, maybe. Make it be wood. Let's see, I need a picture of a building so I kind of can understand what I'm doing. It's funny because we streamed earlier today on Journey June's account. Serenity, if you weren't there for that, or if you want to rewatch it, it's on the account in the IG Live area. I'm gonna kind of wing this. I don't know what 36 is in Celsius. Good lord. Terrible. Okay. I like asymmetrical buildings. So I think we should put a little arched way here, but it might be covered up by an awning, which I'm still figuring out how I want to have it go kind of tall. Okay. Let's see, do I want it to have... It should probably have some sort of shingles. Oh, okay, 90's about 36. Okay. That makes sense. Actually, maybe if this was a thatched roof? Yeah. Okay, maybe it's not totally tall. I like 2-level things, so maybe... So I thought it'd be cute if some of it was thatched. And then maybe... I suppose you can't have an on... Well, yeah, you could. You know what? I don't care how stupid it is. Let's do it anyway, because I really just want to draw it. And sometimes you gotta draw things that, damn it, they just don't make sense. So I'm gonna do that. And then, I gotta say, as traditional and cheesy as this is, it works. Doing this kind of scalloped, squared, rigid whatever. I don't know what you call it. It's just a pattern on anything. It just says, hey, I'm medieval. It's that easy. Which is kind of funny. I kind of want to make the door really wide. Let's make... I also want a really big, stupid window that obviously has no glass, because medieval. So we'll just have this sort of thing going on. And then what kind of a character? I was gonna make it a beaver, but I think if it were a beaver, there'd be water. Maybe a porcupine. Oh, that's right. I forgot you have all these awesome references. Serenity, yes. Oh man. So I'm in this new Streamlabs thing where it's like I actually can't click anything in the thing. It's like part of OBS now, so I can't even... I don't know if I can even click these. No, it's opening Firefox. No. No, 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 no. Great, now I have to wait for that. You're gonna have to give me a minute, Serenity. There we go. Okay, I just have to manually cut and paste the links. It's stupid. Well, if it's OBS, if it's the little icon that's black and gray and it's a circle, that's outdated. And that's why mine kept breaking 2 weeks ago. Remember that? Like I kept having all these terrible problems. That's why. So you need to get it where it's like this little teal icon that's like a word bubble with goggles on. That's the right one. And then it won't screw up anymore. Like, it's a lot better. The only problem is you have to remake all your overlays, so. Serenity, do you have, like, a picture of any of these storefronts, like, from farther back? These wand holders are crazy. I'm assuming they're wand holders. Oh, man, that bottom picture, hell yeah. That's great. So there's Streamlabs in the browser. That one's BS. But there's a Streamlabs they have now that you download and it's a client on your desktop. That's the one you want. That's the newest one. Oh, they're dip pens? Oh, I love that. Oh my god. That's the best. Man. Alright, I know you can't really see this, so I'm gonna go quick with this so I at least know what I'm doing on the bigger sheet, and then we'll watercolor it and blah 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 blah. I want something here, but I don't know what. You know what, this might just be cloth. Yeah. I'm not gonna go crazy with that. Really? Do you have an... Oh, it's Windows, so I can't even troubleshoot you anymore. Alright, I'm gonna make this kind of a modern / not modern cafe type of thing. So I know this is super, like this window in the corner going backwards thing. Yeah, I know that's like super modern, so I'll put a beaver in there eating. That'll be our character. Or drinking, rather. Maybe you won't really see him, but... Oh, that's cute. Shit. I love it. So then, let's put a pot in a barrel. Yeah? Let's be super trite about it. I love it. Here's a pot. Sorry. Yeah, that's a pot. And then a barrel. Super comfort zone today, just chilling. Straight on, building. Nothing special, nothing crazy. I need this after this week. It's been crazy. A lot of the stuff I do, I feel like I'm not really like making any progress. Because what sucks is it's really hard for me to pick one project a week and just focus on that because I have so many people I'm doing projects for. I have to do a little bit every day to show them progress, right? And we all know that the best way to get something done is to actually just focus on it, right? And to do that until it's done. Man, I wish I could do that, but I haven't been able to. So that's been a bother. I don't know about this top part. I'm trying to think of a different way to do that. I'm gonna do that thing I did a while ago where I've got these little parts here that kind of stick off. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut on this. We're just gonna try it. Yeah, you can put them on Discord. I'm just curious how they did it. I may not use them like directly, but it might be nice just to have something as a little bit of some kind of reference, I guess. Alright. So I'm going to pencil this, ideally ink it, and then watercolor it on the stream. So let's see how this goes. That's too far out. There you go. I still haven't made those charms yet, Serenity. I haven't had time. I really want to. It's funny that I'm using technically a straight edge for the building when we were doing cities last week. I think it was last week. And we weren't using a straight edge. It's funny that I'd like to use a straight edge for a building, but not necessarily a city. You'd think it'd be the other way around. Hi, Kit. What's up? What is this ruler? Right, Megan? Right? I think it's because it's so much closer to the thing that it's like if you don't use one, it's gonna look super wonk. And I'm okay with super wonk most of the time, but right now, I don't know. I feel like I need some stability in my life. So we're gonna live vicariously through this little ruler right here. It's gonna be a good time. Because Ashley just can't right now. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna have that little beaver in the window. I'm gonna do this. So this is a 5x7. I'm going a little bit outside of what I normally do on stream. Normally, as in the past month or so. Also, Megan, I'm pretty far on your ATC. That should be going out this week. All of them should be, really. I had a lot of fun on it. So that should be good. I'm gonna do... So I guess I'll tell you guys what I'm doing here, so you know exactly what I'm figuring out. So right now I'm figuring out the middle, so I know where to place this little awning that I've got going on. I'll put this over here so maybe you've got some semblance. Yeah. Working on Patreon stuffs today. Man, I love Patreon. I love my Patreon so much. I love working on my Patreon stuff. Do you like working on your Patreon stuff, kid? Yeah, Megan. It's been fun. Remember, so actually, before I say that, for the, your ATCs, would you like it if I made a Google Doc that you could randomly add things into? I was thinking about doing that for my dandelions, because, I feel like asking people to send me new stuff is kind of tough, like no one really wants to. But I mean, if there was a hands-off like doc where they could, enter stuff in, maybe they'd want to more, or they'd add more things in easily. So I'm kind of curious what you think about that. Okay, so there's our door. Yes, ordinarily. Yeah. Oh my god, you're so right. Like, doing it when you have cons to do, it's like the planning is so much harder. And then it's giant chunks too. It's like, if I don't get this done before I go to the con, or even before I start prepping for the con, then I have to wait till I get back from the con, and then I'm going to be out of the mindset for it, and then I have to get back into that, which takes a couple days. Oh my god. I feel you on that. Okay, that's what I was thinking, Megan. I think it might be easier to do that. But then I wonder how many people know how to use Google Docs. I think majority of my Patreon people do. But I get worried sometimes. Because I think there's 1 or 2 people who are over 50. So, I don't know. They can't use Discord and stuff. So, I don't know. Basilbog! I love your name. That's great. Thank you for the follow. Yes, Kit. Oh my god. That's a total mood. I am so with you on that. God, it drives me nuts. And like the guilt, it's crazy. The guilt is insane. I really wish like there was some sort of online class or something that told you how to deal with like delayed projects and the guilt you feel with that. What am I doing here? What was this line? I'm eyeballing some of this stuff because if it's too rigid, it's not gonna look like, I don't know, it's not gonna look believable, I feel. So I don't want to do too rigid, but I also don't want to be too loose. So I want a good idea of where it is. There we go. Okay. Yeah. You guys can't even see this! Alright, I'm gonna change this so you can see it better, and then once I start the colors, I'm gonna have to adjust it again. Ashley. Oh my god, you still can't even see that. Whatever. Maybe that's a little bit better. Kristen! Hi! How are you? Well, thank you, Serenity. Okay, and there's a little beaver in the window over here. Kristen, how you been? I just want a big chunky pot right here. I think that'd be cute. But it's gonna be like a bottle pot because I want it to have a big juicy cork right here. I think that'd be good. Then we'll put a barrel kind of in the way here, which sucks because there isn't much room. So maybe a tall barrel. Usually I like fat barrels, but I feel like I have to like choose between a fat bottle thing or a barrel. I can't have them both be fat, unfortunately. I actually have the downloaded version of that book. I still haven't read it, so now that you mention it, I have to go back and actually read it. Yeah, and it is in my control, but it's not in my control, and that's maddening too. You know what I mean? Like, knowing what is and isn't in your control sometimes is crazy. Been good, Kristen. I haven't heard much from you. Are you guys okay? All the Guardians for my Curious Collectors are going out this week. This upcoming week, and the ATCs all at once. I've been picking away at so many little things while doing a bunch of projects that's like all of them are finally getting close to being done, but I highly recommend not doing that. Take one project, focus, and do it. But if you're me and you have a million people breathing down your neck, you have to kind of give updates on every little thing. Oh, thank you, Serenity. Oh, look at that man. That's cute. No, that's fine, Serenity. That's a nice one. I like he's got racks of stuff there. I wish I could work that in somehow. Is there another one? Oh, and the hanging sensors. I might have to do one of those. That's nice. I think it's sending me your pictures very slowly. Hi, Hootie Hoot. One project at a time. What's that about? Right? I'm even just trying, like, every day I want to take one of the projects and just work on that all day and then the next day do it, but like I keep getting emails there's like, I can't get an update with this and can I get an update with that, and because of that it's like you have to make some progress a little bit on everything. It's maddening. Oh, I'm sorry, Kristen. Well, if you ever do want to talk, you know where to find me. But I understand. Yeah, things are state of the world and just everything in general. I feel like people are starting to fatigue pretty hard. And I mean, if you've got depression on top of it, it's just going to make things hella worse, you know? Oh, they're big files. I gotcha. Business is good, but like at the same time, I actually had to make a second commission doc, like a spreadsheet the other day, of all the side commissions aside from the 60 regular pet portraits I'm knocking out as much as I can. And I ended up having to get like 2 side jobs to make up for all the cancellations of the cons. So I am juggling everything. And this is supposed to be my year off, man. Like, it was supposed to be a couple pet portraits, and then I'd clear the slate, and then I'd be able to work on my stuff. Nah, that's not how it works, apparently. So, I'm basically taking these Twitch streams as my little breaks here and there, so bear with me. But yeah, it's nice to have business, it's just, I'm not exactly hurting for it, but I also am trying to pace it throughout the year. So a lot of the ones I'm getting now, I'm like, hey, can I get this closer to fall or winter for you? And usually people are like, yeah, that's great. And I'm like, awesome, thank you. So people have been super good about that, and that's been really nice. Oh yeah, fatigue. Well, I mean just in the States, Serenity, like there's this big culmination, I think, of a lot of Americans right now that are fatigued from hearing about like protests and stuff and all that, but rightfully so, that stuff needs to be, you know, addressed. But the protests and then the coronavirus, and we're just tired of hearing about it. We're tired of being quarantined, but we have to be, and it's like there's more cases all the time, so everybody's tired of all this stuff going on for months now. And there's tension everywhere, and it's just, it's not a good state of mind for the whole of us, all of us together, but it's also just, oh my god. Like, if you have any other stresses on top of that, it's just worse. Like, your default is bad, you know? I think unless you're one of those people that's overly optimistic all the time, like, you're probably just a little bit more sad than usual with all this, and that's your new norm. But for the rest of us, that it's like all these other things on top of it can just be ridiculous. So, I'm sorry to hear about that, Kristen. I know kind of what you mean, but at the same time, you know, I don't. But I hope you feel as good as you can, you know, all things considered. You know, Gabe and I are always here. I'm gonna assume this little beaver is like Scottish. I don't know why. I feel like beavers would be Scottish. They'd have little berets, little kilts. Feels right. So we'll draw him in there. He's having an ale or something. Maybe... Nah. Let's put a thing back here. This is a bigger project than I usually do on stream. Usually it's little things I can kick out pretty easily in an hour or two. This one might take me a little bit. I don't think anybody's gonna know that's a beaver. That's okay. If you can't get the tail in there, then they just look kind of like a woodchuck. But then you don't know what a woodchuck looks like unless you're me. And you draw these things normally. Otherwise it probably just looks like some sort of varmint. Okay. Let's see who's gonna do... Megan, do you know where your mom's at on that hat? I gave her all the info a long time ago. I'm not pushing or nothing, I'm so excited. Plus I need to pay her. Can you remind her I need to pay her? Oh my god, I'm gonna put a little mouse door in here. So like mouse patrons can come in. It's like a doggy door, but it's for mice. So I'm gonna make it look like a mouse hole. I bet no one's gonna get that. But you know what? I'm gonna put it in anyway. You're gonna have different size patrons, right? They come in, they get an ale. This is for the mice ones. Let's see. We're gonna have to do some janky perspective here in a minute, just because. Have any of you been finding you're a little bit more touchy when it comes to social media lately? This could just be me, but... Thank you, Megan. I hear you. Kristen, I hear you. There you go, Serenity. That's what I'm saying, right? Right. I'm getting on fights a lot. Right? Okay. Okay, so it's not just me. Like, oh man, I don't know what it is. It's that tension, I'm telling you. It's gotta be. It's just everybody's so tense, and I think the people that aren't tense about something are worried about miffing somebody that is tense. Like, I know all the time I'm a little bit worried about what I post, or, you know, if my art hits somebody wrong that day, you know, like, oh, Beaver can't be at a pub eating ale, what's wrong with you? And then I'd probably lose it on them, you know? Like, it's stupid. I just feel like everybody's in not a good spot, you know? And it sucks. It really does suck. Let's see. But it's like I've been trying to pull back as much as I can. I mean, I'm running a monthly challenge right now with Gabe. And I mean, you know, I do that. Thank God I'm not actually doing it this year. I was really sad that I'm not partaking in it, because I feel bad running a challenge I'm not actually partaking in myself. And I've done it the past 2 years, and this year I was like, you know, if I'm gonna balance all this crap, I really can't afford to do it. So I'm really sad I'm not, but at the same time, if I was, I would probably be way worse off. Like, I am not in the right mindset for it, you know? So anyway, I try to do that and then log off ASAP, you know, or post something and run away. And I don't even touch Twitter anymore. Twitter is an absolute dumpster fire angry fest. I can't even go near that. It's negative city. Like, I haven't seen something positive on Twitter or worth looking at for I don't know how long. It's just, it's a mess, you know? Plasmane, what's up? How you doing? Yes, Kit. Facebook isn't any better. Oh my god. It's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't in a lot of ways, like regarding politics or anything right now. And so, like, even standing back and just trying to breathe, you're still getting pulled in, you know? And it's like, oh my god. And Megan, I think that's fine. I think everybody's just pulling back. Oh man, you're back to Tumblr because other places are bad? Tumblr's like the original toxic fest. That's crazy. Well, I hope it ends up okay. I think I'm ready to ink. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna call this... Oh man. I was thinking Tibbs Tavern, or... Oh no, we're doing Pip's Pub. That's what we're doing. I don't know how old the word pub is. Yeah, Pip's Pub. I have a thing with using the word Pip. I don't know. It's part of my thing. I don't know why. I'm gonna put a bag here, I think. Maybe a chicken? Maybe a mouse. No, I'll put a mouse there, because then it'll kind of tie in with this thing. Yeah, we'll put a mouse in here. Maybe he's drinking some ale, too. Maybe he's just passed out. That'd be kind of fun, too. Maybe I'll just put a passed out mouse. Also, mice have long feet, but I never want to draw in the fact they have long feet, because I feel like people forget that, and then it's like, that's not a mouse, it's got long feet, and it's like, yeah, because mice have long feet, and then it's like, you know, they're like, really? Ugh. So let's just draw a fat mouse chilling. That looks more like a rat. I don't like his head down though. I want his head to be up and he's like, you know when you fall asleep on a plane and you're just like, and then you either start drooling or your head nods forward and you like get whiplash? That's how I wanted him to be sleeping. There we go. That's a bit more what I was thinking. But remember, even if it's medieval times, they need to wear shirts. Because if they're not wearing a shirt, they're naked. You gotta go Winnie the Pooh rules. Like Piglet, he's got a scarf on. But I don't think he's wearing a shirt. I think that's part of his skin. So he's just basically going commando like the whole time. Everything. Couldn't participate in Journey to June. Oh, don't worry about it, Kit. No, Journey June is such a thought-intensive challenge that I really don't blame anybody for not joining it unless, like, you know, their plate's been cleared for a bit and they kind of... You really need May, honestly, to prepare for Journey June. We usually say every year in April to gear up for May, because a lot of May is a lot of pre-production for it, so that once June hits, you're ready to go. Because you're also not allowed to use pre-existing characters. So in May, you create your character. So it's unlike any other monthly challenge. So when somebody tells me, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't do it, I'm like, dude, seriously, if I was honest with you, it's like a 3-month-long challenge. Like, June is just the hardest month. And then, so like May's pre-stuff, June's the main beef of it, and then July is actually, since we give a free publishing class on how to make the books and stuff, you know, depending on your financial level, a lot of people will take that knowledge and then finish their book in July. So depending on how much you want to do, it's either hard, harder, or hardest. There is no real, you know, easy. So I do not blame you at all. Don't even feel bad. Plasmane, are you and Carl in on it together? I'm glad you think my voice is soothing. Thank you. Passed out with a dropped thimble of ale. Oh, Megan. Yes. It's going in. It's canon now. Here's a thimble. And here's some spilt ale. Doing it. Oh yeah. Okay. I think we're ready to ink this. I'm down with it. I'm too nice to troll. Thank you. Are you trolling me by telling me I'm too nice to troll and then you're gonna troll me? Oh man, that would suck. Thanks, Kit. It started off as kind of an art challenge, but not really at the same time, because when we started it, we knew that it wasn't going to be illustration based. Like, the main idea of it is story based. So, but it's geared for artists to tell stories, not writers necessarily. For the people that aren't used to writing, we tell them, hey, you can use it, to kind of get going and all that, but it's geared towards artists who want to be authors and illustrators. So doing those things simultaneously is a whole thing. But the whole reason we did that is because a lot of artists like to do outlines and thinking of their stories really visually. So it's almost like a film class challenge mixed with storytelling, mixed with illustration. Because we make sure we're like, hey, do not fully illustrate these, because technically it's a first draft. How silly would that be if writers published their first drafts, right? So doing illustrations on a first draft is ridiculous. So we make sure, hey, you're just doing, you know, thumbnails. Don't go crazy here. Because you're just going to be wasting time if you're fully illustrating, you know, your first draft. That's stupid. Don't do that. That's dumb. That's dumb. Alright, and now I'm looking for something I've lost again. Damn it. Every time. I'm gonna think about this. Where did I see it last? I always joke that a lot of my stream is me looking for things. And it's like, I try real hard every stream to prep and have like all my stuff ready, but there's always that one thing I always forget to find. Well, screw it. I should be okay without it. Yeah, I'll figure it out. In the meantime, let's use 8. Curdy bear. Where am I from? Do you hear an accent? Tell me that first and I'll answer your question. Progress shots. Serenity. Yes. Good. Okay. Even though you can't really see it. Okay, this might be too thick. LOL. Oh man, we're getting a lot of random people in here. Now I'm thinking they all could be trolls. I'm fine. How are you, Dan? Ugh. Alright. We're gonna go with this first. So when I get to this point, I need to think about what things are on top of other things so I can actually layer them appropriately when I ink them. So, just a curious guy. I'm from Minnesota. You'll hear it if I say boot and coat and other things like that. So, I don't think it's too apparent sometimes, but once in a while you'll hear it and people will be like, what was that? I'll be like, what are you talking about? I didn't hear anything. At least it's not super thick like Fargo style, but it's there nonetheless. My heritage. Okay, now that we're inking, let's see if we can get this a little bit closer. Wrong way. Oh, Brazil. Nice. I keep forgetting I have to say, like, Minnesota, United States. Otherwise, people are like, I don't know where that is necessarily. I also hadn't thought about the fact that, you know, when people ask where you're from, do they mean where did you grow up? Or where are you from right now? Like, what exactly do they mean? You know? Because a lot of the time someone will be like, where are you from? And I'll say, well, I grew up here, you know, and like I'll say I grew up in Minnesota, but I live in Illinois, you know, that sort of thing. What about coronavirus there? It's terrible. So many Americans are dumb. And I know the whole world is basically looking at us like, Americans, why are you so dumb? And we're like, I know, right? Some of us. People in Florida don't give a rip about anything. Like, Kit, I can't believe it down there. You guys had like, what was it, 4,000 cases in a day the other day? What is that? Are there a lot of Swedish people in Minnesota? Yeah, actually there are. A fair amount. We have a few cities that still celebrate a lot of like Swedish festivals and stuff. People eat a lot of lefse, crap like that. Our IKEA has Swedish meatballs, but I think all the IKEAs might, so maybe that's not just us. Hey Thev, how you doing this week? Welcome back, welcome back. It's crazy. I don't understand, like, the bravado in there is insane. Like, a lot of it does seem to be boomers that are just like, oh, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and if I die doing it, I at least did what I wanted to do. It's like, okay. Enjoy. It's crazy. Oh yeah, we have IKEAs. I'm okay. This week went by stupid fast. I see you're probably talking to Serenity. Either way, this week went fast for me. Did this week go fast for anybody else? You're here for the art? Cool. Celestial Raid! Aurelia, thank you! Oh, what a lovely raid it is. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Time means nothing to me now. Yeah, time doesn't exist really, does it? It's a construct made by man, which it always has been, but now it's like, we really feel it. It's gotta be pretty weird for people that are used to the 9 to 5. It has to be kind of similar to when I went freelance and I didn't have the 9 to 5 anymore, and I was so used to that for, I don't know, all my life. Basically, I mean, even when we were in elementary school, we have something similar, right? So when I went freelance, I didn't have that at all anymore, and it has taken me years to figure that out. Like, to get used to it and just to consider it the new norm. It's insane. Oh, thank you, Aurelia. I hope you had a good stream. Thank you, Serenity. Spam them. Spam all the pride emotes. Do it, do it, do it. Get them out there. Aurelia, if you want to drop your socials and stuff, feel free. Thank you for the raid. What'd you end up doing on your stream? And also, if you need to bail to eat, I get it. That's normally what I do when I raid somebody. I raid them and then I go eat. Because by the end of my stream, I am ready to eat a dog. I don't know. I'm just ready to eat something. I need to eat often. I love food. Need it. I would never eat a dog. I'm a vegetarian, for fuck's sake. Is chill. Good. That's a good point, Serenity. I don't know either. It's true, Thev. You're completely right. Oh, yes. Aurelia, I see you have a Pandarin on your page. You a WoW player. Oh, you read a book? Cute! What book did you read? Don't worry about it, Dan. Don't worry about it. It's Saturday. Nobody's getting on your case for not being able to write. I think by at the end of the week, most people are brain dead. You know? You've burned yourself out at your job, so you're not thinking right, and that's totally fine. I get it. I used to be there. Always brain dead, yeah. Oh, cute! Star Wars. I bet people like that. This will make a lot more sense once I start coloring it. Right now, you're probably gonna be like, what is that? I have no idea what that is. I'll be like, I know. Wait for it. We'll get there. It's the only problem doing something like start to finish on a stream. A lot of the time people are like, what is that? And you're like, hold on. Give me another 20 minutes. We'll get there. This is a journey, man. Gotta do it together. I think people appreciate variety though too, Aurelia. I mean, art some days, reading other days, you know, a bunch of different stuff. I mean, some artists on here game too. So I mean, you're gonna get a bunch of different things. Just do what you like, you know. People pick which ones they want to go see and which ones they don't and all that. There you go. You're a variety streamer. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, especially if, you know, streaming is kind of your outlet, you should be able to relax and do whatever you want during it. And then if people like it, cool. If they don't, your stuff's not for them. You know? Oh man. My brain is not in the mood tonight to draw lines, apparently. So we're gonna move on from this in a minute. A hot second. Good enough. Really get the point across, yeah. Maybe do some more later with that. True that, stories. Oh, Aurelia, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Oh, stories, huh? Aurelia, you might want to check out this. If you've never written a story before or anything like that, actually this will help. What is it, JJEX 2020? Hold on. I mean, it's a little late for this now, but all the stuff is still up there in case you want, you know, do that instead. That works. So this is right up your alley then. Some monthly challenge, specifically June, that we do every June, and it's based on the hero's journey, and it's the whole month of June. So from June 1st to June 30th, you do a prompt each day that has to do with the hero's journey, and by the end of the month you end up having a story. So it's good for people who haven't written anything before. It's good for people who have written before but are out of practice. It's a nice kind of get reacquainted with everything sort of deal. So if you're ever looking for something like that, there you go. It's really fun. I mean, running it is really fun, but I really enjoy seeing, I guess, what other people create. I think reading the stories they do is part of the fun, and I love it. There's so many creative people in the world, and it's so cool to just, you know, and refreshing to see stories that are just coming out of thin air in a month. You know, like that's exciting to me. So every June we get really hyped about that. And then we give a free publishing class at the end of the month for, you know, anybody who finishes. They can actually learn how to make their story into a book. And we give different options just in case, you know, you don't have a couple $100 to make a perfect bound book. That sort of thing. Like, we do a version that's free, we do a version that's inexpensive, and then we show you, if you do have a couple $100, how to make a perfect bound book. So, depending on what your situation, there's a way to get your story out there. Like I said, I'll be watercoloring this in a little bit, but I gotta ink it first. Let's see, I gotta think about this a little bit. Have this be the dip. There we go. Yeah, Serenity here finished the month-long challenge 2 weeks early? Something like that? Serenity's nuts. Yeah, she's on it. Man, figuring out beveling while talking is something else. Not used to that. Let's see. Oh, it's great meeting you too, Aurelia. Thank you so much again for the raid. It was very nice of you. Have good food, okay? Enjoy. It's okay, Serenity. Don't even worry about it. I'm telling you, it's one of those days. Do you ever have one of those days you just, like, end up spilling on yourself, like, all day? Like, your motor skills are just totally shot, and for some reason you always spill on yourself? I have one day of that per week. And I can't figure it out. Because usually I'm super, like, pretty on it with my reflexes and everything like that, but man, there's one day a week I am just a wreck and I don't understand. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not like I'm drunk or something. Like, you know, it's just some reason I have really bad reflexes at that time. I don't get it. This is gonna be stone, so I really want it to be stone. And the rest of it is probably gonna be just some kind of stucco. And this is gonna be wood. Sometimes I like having a lot of fun with some textures. So since it's a building, I can have fun like this. Oh man, I kind of want to put a little sign on the door, but I think it's really tiny. Too tiny. My editor's sleeping. Cute. Oh, Serenity, I'm sorry. Innocuous. Oh my gosh, Thev. You're gonna have to... Can you sub out a different word and give me a thesaurus? Like, give me a... What do you mean innocuous? Random? I'm trying to remember what innocuous means. Not harmful or offensive. So, like, the most innocent thing I've ever been inspired by? Is that what you mean? Oh my god, you guys, you haven't even been able to see where I'm... Like, what I'm drawing down here. Good lord. Yeah, give me a couple other words that let me know what you meant. Just so I don't misinterpret it. I kind of want this to be stitched together. Let's make it really ugly stitch too. So I don't like things to be too pretty. There, that'll be alright. Random? What is the most random thing you've ever been inspired by? Oh, that's a good question. I feel like it was recently. Oh my god, I think I even did a stream about it. I think I did an ATC about it. What was the last ATCs I did? Oh. Well, sometimes I have people just give me random things, and then I can kind of get inspired off those because those lead me to believe or think about something else. I did a whole story based on a candle and a mouse. Most random thing I've been inspired by, though. I mean, I've been known to get inspired just by stupid things like a spoon. Really? Like, stupid things? Hardcore Candy Store, what's up? Thanks for the follow. Yeah, I did King of the Castle by looking at a few clouds from a plane window. It formed like this king that had a part of a castle that formed his crown. However, that piece did not end up looking at all like I wanted it to, so I'm probably gonna have to redo that at some point. Yeah, that didn't end up at all what I wanted it to look like, which is really weird. Actually, in the past maybe 5 years, that's probably the one piece that came out almost 200% different than what I planned to do. Most of the time things come out of my head pretty accurate to what I see, but that one was not me. King of the Castle was this piece. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Sometimes it's easier to just Google yourself. Yeah, so it was this one, which I was like, I saw some clouds that formed this, but that is not, there's so many things wrong with that piece in my eyes. I mean, it still probably looks passable to a lot of people, or they probably don't see what I see, but Cortana, thank you for the follow. But yeah, that did not turn out how I wanted it to in my head, so that was a little bit weird. But in terms of just being inspired, honestly, I can get inspired by anything, and literally everything. I think the things I get most inspired by are really mundane things that most people don't even really kind of give second guesses to, or even think about really. So, you know, like just little things, like fountain grass. I could stare at that for hours, or just leaves in general. I know it's stupid. I don't know, just stuff kind of like that, I guess. Like, I make up little stories in my head for all these little creatures and things. Yeah, I don't know. There is something that recently I got inspired by it, and I was thinking I was crazy for being inspired by it. I can't remember what it was. Maybe I did a piece based on it, so I can remember that way. I mean, I'm endlessly inspired by bells. I really like bells. I guess for my curious collectors, that this thing right here, it was a dandelion for that. Really, Thev? Man, I'd stare at him with you. I'm right there with you. Seriously. Nature's so captivating to me. Like, I do really love it. Yeah, in terms of just being inspired, like, I don't know, I think a lot of the time it's the shape of things. Like, I can get inspired by the shape of something pretty easily. I like clean lines, I like cool shapes. I like very basic things, too. Like, I think the thing that makes me unique sometimes is the fact I'm basic. And I know that's backwards, but like, I don't color my hair. I let my hair grow out. I'm super simple and pretty bare bones. And I feel like most artists will kind of do crazy things and whatever. I am so just vanilla. You know, I don't party. I don't do anything crazy. I just sit and write stories about, you know, little things. Like, I've got a story that's almost done. That's basically just sitting on my iPad, and it's almost fully drawn. And it's not like my other stuff. It's a little bit weirder. But I don't know, I feel like I gotta get that out sometime soon, but a lot of my stuff is just kind of sitting there in, you know, until I get the time, because when you're freelance, you don't really get a lot of time, because a lot of your time is used trying to eat and stay alive, you know, which can be scary, but as long as you're kind of set up with things for a while, like you've got a job for so long, you get used to it. I had to get used to that pretty early on, actually. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what I got inspired by. In fact, I think I came home to Gabe and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta do this thing. Now I can't remember even what it was. I get a lot of art cravings. Like, I gotta make this thing because I saw this thing and it made me think of this other thing. Or like if I just want to do a piece that's got really long hair. You know, stuff like that. I feel like if you have art cravings, you absolutely have to do whatever you can to satisfy them. Oh, thanks, Hootie. Right? The fountain grass? Man, I love fountain grass. Thank you, Thev. Yeah, the light mouse, definitely one of those things. For me, that was like a month long. Every day I just wanted to make a new part of a story without planning it. So that story was just like as you see it every day. It was a different part. So same, Cavendish. And usually I'll take my phone and I'll write myself an email. I have so many emails from myself to myself that I'm actually considering getting another email account just for reminder emails so I'm not clogging up my professional one. But hey, Dennis. Oh man, usually I do a little like sentence long email that's exactly what I was thinking, and then it's enough the next day to kind of cue me back into it, you know? There you go, Dennis. You know what's up. Totally, Thev. Yeah, I feel you on that. It's hard, man. Usually I find myself the next day making sure I at least do a thumbnail of it. Otherwise, you're gonna forget. You're gonna forget all the visuals you saw the night before, and then it's just like, well, what's the point? Let's do a very loose pattern here. We're almost ready to watercolor it. I keep having the urge to change the size of my pen because I want to go more detailed, but sometimes I think that's unnecessary. So I'm actually challenging myself by not doing that. They said it was supposed to rain tonight, and damn it, it better rain. My snapdragons need some water. It's been too hot for me to actually, like, water them appropriately. Unless I do it at night, and that sucks. It's kind of a janky awning, but I'm into it. Murky. Oh no. Yeah, Dennis, yeah. Wade and Bodie are some of my favorites. Yeah, and even in the evening, it's like, it's too hot out. It just, even if they're out of the sun, it's just the water doesn't even, it's whatever, man. I was gonna do some cobblestone here in front of the pub, but I'm really thinking that this is not the cobblestone-esque type area. So I think we're gonna forego the cobblestone. It doesn't fit. This place is not a ritzy cobblestone-like area. Somebody want to give me an awesome highlight of their week? I'd love to hear it. Give me some good news. I live in America. It's crazy here. Give me some good news. This piece is actually really relaxing right now because it's so much wiggly art, wiggly lines, so I don't need to worry too much about, you know, being exact or really pretty with it, which is nice. A lot of my stuff usually has to be, you know, pretty nice and polished. So it's fun when I can just take a minute. These 3 hours tonight are typically the only couple hours a week I get to do what I want. So I covet my Twitch time. Because seriously, I'm not even kidding. I don't take any nights off or anything like that. I'm always drawing, I'm always working on things that aren't mine. So I at least try to reserve Saturdays for something fun, like doing something for you guys, or doing my own stuff. And in the future, and this is not just wishful thinking, I'm trying to actually plan for this in the future. Once all my scheduling and everything dies down a bit and I've got more time, and I can actually work on my stories and stuff, I'm going to be doing that on stream. So if you ever, you know, want to stop by and talk about, like, you know, storytelling and how I do something, or how would you approach a certain thing if you're starting to tell stories yourself. I mean, granted, you can ask me that anytime. But when I'm actually doing it, I think it'll be more fun, because then it's like we're working on things together, and anyway, so that's in the future. It was good news, Dennis. I liked it. Oh yeah, the plastic bulbs. Serenity, I totally forgot about those. That's a great idea. Oh, and plastic bottles. Good call, Thev. Oh, you guys are so smart. I should really do that. How about instead of good news then, since some of you have already told me, how about things you're looking forward to? Me, I'm looking forward to fall. I want my 60 degrees and I want to be outside all the time in a hoodie and cozy and sitting in my little patio area. I hate summer because I'm cooped up inside. Even if it looks nice out, it's super deceiving because it's like 90 degrees. I can't stand that. Oh yeah, the wick part of it. I did that once when I went on a trip. I took a glass of water and I took a string and I put the string to the water to the plant, and by the time I got back the glass was empty and the plant was still alive and it had just drank it like a straw. It was really cute. Right, Megan? I mean, we're basically in the same biome, and yeah, it was balls today. Like, I can't do heat. I'm just not a heat person. I can't do it. You know what? I'm gonna put a plant here. Okay. Almost. I gotta make some more lines here. So for anybody who is doing Journey June, please don't forget there was a stream on the account today. And Gabe and I not only talked about, you know, kind of a pep talk for Journey June, but we also talked about how to start becoming an independent artist, which seemed to be kind of on a lot of people's minds in the chat. So they really wanted to hear how to go about that. So we had time and we talked about it. So if you're either interested in storytelling or how to become an artist full time, there is info about that on the Journey Through June Instagram. Oh, you guys. Hold on. Progress shots. Almost there. I promise I won't forget. Oh, a small garden, yeah. Yeah, Dennis, I'm with you on that. I'm planning on not going to Dragon Con, even if they're still having it. I do not want to be in the middle of that. I figure if it's still on, it's going to be low attendance, and I do not want to be at ground zero for that. Because I know there's going to be a ton of people that are not wearing masks and are being stupid about things, and I just don't want any part of that. Like, that just feels like drama city. I mean, even if people are wearing masks, that is like the drunk con of the country. So, like, they're going to be pulling them down all the time. You know, people aren't going to be making good decisions. So I'm basically skipping Dragon Con this year. Even if they have it, I'm going to pull my table. I'm going to be like, can you roll it over to next year? Because I do not feel safe. I mean, as much as I love Dragon Con, I do not think it's safe yet. At least I don't feel like it would be. So that's my personal feelings on it. Let's see. I don't know how you feel about the whole sickness in general, but if you feel anything like I do, I wouldn't even chance it, dude. Not even chance it. Like, cons just sound scary as hell right now to me. Oh yeah, online Gen Con. Yeah, that'll be cute. They've had a couple different cons that have done like virtual stuff, seeing as they've been canceled. So obviously it's not as good as the real thing, but they've tried. Thev, which info? The Journey June one, or what are you talking about? Yeah, right? Kristen, I'm saying. Yeah. Or Atlanta, you know, in general. Anytime. Like, Florida, not touching that neither, you know? Like, I'm scared. I want to add a line on the left between the rooftop and the canopy. On the left. Rooftop. Oh, right here. Serenity, yes. Thank you. Good eye, girl. Good eye. I do that a lot. I forget a lot of lines. Oh, good luck then, Dennis. I'm telling you, I'm in a group of like 50 artists in a Discord, and we're all convention artists. So we all talk about and share info and everything, and all the cons this year have been canceled, and I think the next one is technically, well, I think it's Gen Con and then Dragon Con. Gen Con is doing it virtual, okay? And if Dragon Con doesn't cancel, oh my god, that's gonna be where the new outbreak's gonna be. I swear to god, I don't know. I wouldn't even call you brave for going there. It's not gonna be a good thing. I wouldn't do it, dude. Even, like, tell your group not to go. It's not even that, you know, you guys will, you know, not be careful or whatever. It's that everyone else is probably not going to be careful. Because I don't know if you've seen, there's a whole guidelines thing that Atlanta released that conventions have to abide by to be able to continue. If you look that up, I'm sure you'll find it. And if you're in the official Dragon Con group, two people actually had posted it, so you can find it pretty easily. It's a laundry list of things, like keeping people distanced and wearing masks and stuff, and I read through it, and I can't even imagine Dragon Con doing all these things correctly, you know, or being able to even enforce them. It would be insane. Yeah, but Tampa, oh god. That's gonna be crazy. That's so bad. And I mean, Tampa, Florida, obviously Florida's not gonna give a rip, but I mean, even if it does go, I know a lot of people just aren't gonna go out of fear, and vendors as well as attendees. So it's not even gonna be worth it for somebody like me to fly down there and to actually do it, if there's going to be like a third of the people, you know, that are going. It's just, ugh. What con is the 4th of July? Oh my god, Kit. Yeah, no. Not touching that. Clients just said they think that the lighter rules mean that it's done and done. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, Thev. I didn't understand what you were asking. Yes, you do have, Well, you can look at it online through Instagram. Like it's still on Instagram, but you don't have to have an Instagram account to view it. So I'll link it here for you. Or at least you should. Damn it. You might actually. I take it back. Just make a stupid account to like see it. I don't know. If you have the app, I think you should be able to view it fine. But you probably need an account to view it. I guess you do need an account. It's the first one on the left there with all the grid. It's a video, but I know people who think it's a good idea and are excited to go. I think they're nuts. Yeah. Ugh. I can't believe it. Yeah. What happened to better safe than sorry? You know? What happened to people thinking of that? I just don't understand. The whole idea that wearing a mask is like, it makes you weak or something. You know? Like, people are thinking that. It's like, it's not about that you won't, you know, you're gonna beat it or you'll get sick. It's about other people. And I can't even wrap my head around that level of inconsideration. It doesn't even make sense to me. I get really mad about that. Like the people complaining about, oh, I have to wear a mask, it's so uncomfortable, blah blah blah. It's like, are you serious? You're not being asked to wear snow pants in July. You know, it's a freaking mask so that people don't die. I don't understand. It drives me nuts. Anyway. It's hard not to get political on things lately, even if you're not usually political. Which I'm not. I'm not usually political at all, but I have to be nowadays. It's ridiculous. You know, Serenity, I think it's because the climate right now in the US is people are afraid of people basically starting to riot in large numbers. I know we had rioting and stuff, but in terms of like businesses and stuff are just going under, you know, because no one's actually out in the economy and using things here. So people are afraid like they're gonna run out of food and they're not gonna be able to get things and all that, and it's a cluster, really. Americans not getting what they want drives Americans crazy, apparently. Even if it means saving a life, they don't care. They want their smoothies and their haircuts. It's just goddamn ridiculous. By the door? This one? No, there's a line there. It's just really, really thin. A little bit better. Alright. You guys see anything else? If not, I will go ahead and start watercoloring. Put some... Right, Megan? Oh my god. Well, the thing that's funny to me is when people are getting really upset that you need a mask to go into, like, an establishment, you know? And the whole no shoes, no shirt, no service thing. You know, it's like, well, it's kind of like that, you know? I don't know, I find it really funny. People are just being so weird about it. make a big lamp of that. A lamp? A lamp. With what? I'm confused.
Rain is expected in about 5 minutes.
Better
It
be.
should stop around 10:30 p.m.
Hey, that's a good amount of rain. I wanted to ask her without queuing off anybody's, you know, so. Oh, the barrel in the front? You thought that was a lamp? Maybe. I could maybe see that. Progress shot time. You got it. Thank you, Serenity. I'll do one more thing here. Outlining things helps separate them sometimes. Alright. Oh, nope. You guys, you missed this. This is wood. Here. Okay. I think that's good for now. I can always go back and change some stuff, so. Here we go. Now I need to erase stuff. I want to ask you guys some fun questions, but I can't think of any right now. Ooh. No, that's stupid. I can't use this. Who has some fun questions they want to ask? I'll poll the audience. Maybe you guys have better questions than I do. Favorite thing to eat at the moment? Other than coffee? Sriracha. Oh my god. Serenity, you just reminded me of something I wanted to talk about. Yes. Okay, two things. One, I finally had sriracha. I've never had sriracha in my life. I finally did. I get it. It's delicious. And it's like not too crazy hot, but it's like good hot. It's a good heat. Oh my god, I love it. I made my own pad thai the other night, and I made this sauce that had like sriracha, brown sugar, soy sauce, peanut butter, and I use a powdered peanut butter. There's a powdered peanut butter that's awesome because it doesn't have like any sugar and like a fraction of the fat, and it's really good for mixing with stuff. It's awesome. Anyway, I had that, and that sauce was awesome. So good. Oh my god. But yeah, so I had sriracha for the first time. That was awesome. The other thing is I figured out lettuce. And you're like, what? What do you mean figured out lettuce? And some of you are going to be like, you are late to the party on this. And I'm going to be like, yep, I sure am. Iceberg lettuce. The lettuce that's in a ball, right? You peel it off, yeah? And then you tear it up and you make a salad, or you just put it on a sandwich, whatever. I found out there's a system. There's a pattern to the lettuce. So it's like, because I hate the white lettuce, the white part of the lettuce. It's really gross and kind of bitter. It's super crunchy, but it's tasteless and it's crap, right? But it goes white, green, white, green, white, green, white, green. I cannot tell you how many heads of lettuce I have wasted in my life because I got to the white leaves and I was like, well, this is the part I hate, and it's that for the rest of it. No, there's more green underneath the white. So like, it alternates. It's the secret of the lettuce. So if you're the type to, have lettuce on stuff, don't throw it away once you get to the white stuff. There's more green. Don't give up. Anyway, sorry. What is that and how do you spell it? There you go. I've gotcha. Oh, I am a pie girl over a cake girl. Okay? Though some cake is good, but pie most of the time. Especially French silk pie. That's my pie. That and like, I like key lime pie too. If it's got the graham cracker crust. Man, I love pie. I want pie. Megan, what? I'm serious. Lettuce is like this elusive, wonderful thing that, I don't know. I've been known lately to just take a lettuce head and put my face in it and just start eating the lettuce. It fills me up pretty quickly, and lately it's like, oh, I'm sick of drinking water to get full sometimes because I don't have time for meals. So, you guys, what the hell? We missed all this at the top. You are the worst QA people ever. This is supposed to be wood. What's wrong with you? I'm just kidding. I'm not actually mad. But for real, where were you? This is supposed to be wood. We cannot watercolor until this is ready. God. But yeah, for real, lettuce. Now, I'm not the authority on romaine or anything like that. I mean, let's not get crazy or anything. But iceberg, I can talk to it. Okay? Talk to the iceberg lettuce. I get it. I'm with it. You ever had the wedge salads where they just cut off a section of it and then they douse it with some Italian dressing? Make that shit at home. It's easy. It's delicious. People forget how good lettuce can be, man. Don't hate. Oh, it's raining. Oh, I hear it. We need it so badly. Alright. There we go. There we go. I just want a pin that says I figured out lettuce. That is the worst waste of money ever and no one would buy it. But you know what? I would only let the people that figured out lettuce, or at least hear my ploy here about lettuce, buy it. And now it's pouring outside. Let's watercolor. I think we're ready. Oh my god. I accidentally put it in a screensaver mode. Uber! Hi! Hi, Dad. Dad 3007. Not my real dad, probably. But hi, Dad. You failed me! Lettuce hacked. I love it. For the last time. Every time somebody says you failed me for the last time, I think about you failed me for the last time again, which was part of this really obscure Transformers Flash animation that I have embedded in my mind where Megatron is telling Starscream, you failed me for the last time again. And it just, forever, that's what I'm gonna think about. And I'm sure you could find it if you typed in failed me for the last time again and Megatron. You'll probably find it. Be warned, the actual thing is about Megatron coming into a room where Starscream is looking at Optimus and RC porn. But it's not that, it's not that bad. It's just funny. Anyway. Yes, Megan, you know what I'm talking about. Yes. Oh, man. Photo time. Oh, Serenity, yeah. Damn it. Okay. What the hell? Okay. Alright. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah. I kind of want an all-over color here. This is not usually the brush you would use for this, but since I'm going kind of all over it, let's try it. Saves time. What brand is my phone, and am I satisfied with it? It is a Pixel, and yes, it is a Google Pixel, and I love it. My phone bill every month is like $45, because with Google you're only paying for what you use, and since we're not going to cons or anything right now, our phone bill is ridiculously low. Like, that 45 is for Gabe and I. Two of us. Both of our phones. We both have Pixels. And we love them. So, I would definitely recommend them. They're awesome. And I mean, all your Google stuff, you know, obviously hooks up to it. So, oh, I love it. This is the second Pixel I've had. I think I had the first one. Unless we're on 3. I've at least had 2 of them. So there's that. Was it good, Megan? I was thinking about watching it. Now that I have your blessing on it, it sounds pretty good. I could see that. I could see that, Dev. Well, it had great actors in it, so, you know, I can't see how it would fail, really. If it failed, I'd be like, what? With all these great people, how would that fail? Man, it is totally raining. It is unloading right now. Is it like Clue, Megan, but like not as funny? It reminded me of Clue. Like the setup looked like violent Clue. No, they aren't, Serenity. A lot of the time they're actually going straight to streaming services, but you have to pay a lot to actually watch them while they're in the theater. So it's like $20. Which is like maybe double what it would be in the theater, which is kind of funny. Oh, it's included in Amazon Prime. Well, I have Amazon Prime, so maybe we should watch it. Okay. There was that. Prices are ridiculous. Yeah, it's nutty. Hi, Snowflake Blossom. How are you? Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. Things are nutty right now. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to the same brush I use on every stream now. Definitely, Megan. Definitely. Megan, have you seen Mother? I don't know what kind of movies you're into, but I like talking to people about this movie. If you've seen Mother, no one talk about it. You'll give it away. I don't want anybody spoiling that movie for anybody else, but it is a good movie. I see it really as if you're a creative or an artist at all and you've made projects and things, you should definitely watch it. It's such a good metaphor. Like, I love it. Yes, Serenity, absolutely I can. And actually I'm going to address the color issue right now too, because the color might be a little bit off at this point. That's pretty on. How's that? Snape killed Dumbledore. Damn it, Dennis. Well, I mind spoilers, Thev. I don't want to ruin it for anybody else who may not want to speak up. But you should definitely watch it. It's a really good art movie. If you're a fan of Aronofsky's films, you'll really like it, I think. So if you've seen Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, Noah, I think he did Pi, maybe? He's done a lot of kind of trippy ones, but I really like his work. He's very ballsy when it comes to having metaphors and things that other directors I don't think would do. Because it's so, I'm gonna say ballsy, to actually do a metaphor as your entire movie nowadays, because honestly, people are kind of dumb. You know, they won't get it necessarily, and then they'll say that your movie's crap, and then suddenly you're a cult hit because only a few people get it, you know? So, to do that, you have to have a lot of faith in your product and your vision. And as an artist, that's one of the hardest things you can do, is have that kind of faith in your work and know that, you know, for the people that do get it, they're gonna really appreciate it. So, I'm not saying I'm special or anything because I get it, but I think it is a special piece because of that, you know. Yeah, I mean, when you realize the entire thing is a metaphor, and as a creative, if you view it a certain way, like, blew my mind. Blew my damn mind. Oh no! Dennis, is that from a movie? Yeah, some trailers are spoilers. So, How to Train Your Dragon 2 got under a lot of fire because whoever they got to do the trailer for that just blew their big spoiler. Like, in the trailer. It's like, what? It's like, you guys got the worst company in existence to do that if that's the case. Megan. How did he work with it? How? Okay, as far as movies have gone, what has been your guys' favorite movie in the past decade, let's say? Give me your favorite movie of the past decade. And why? I want to know why. What's up with you and lizard people, huh? Oh, I see, Bev. Thanks to Dennis over here. Thanks, Dennis. There are no lizard people in that movie. But in the past 10 years, Serenity. Labyrinth can't count for that right now. Give me another one. Like, a movie that's come out more recently. Because we all have our childhood favorites, for sure. But give me one that's, like, maybe caught you off guard. Or actually, that might be a better question. What's a movie you saw maybe the trailer for and you were like, ew. And then you actually saw it and you were totally into it. You're like, damn, that was cool. Yeah, released during the past 10 years. Sorry, that's probably my fault. Train to Busan? Is that a Bollywood movie? Anime counts? What's your favorite anime movie? Or if you want to say what's been your favorite, like, anime lately. I went back and I watched all of Cardcaptor Sakura recently, because when I was growing up, I loved it, but I didn't appreciate it like I do now. So I watched it again, and I heavily appreciate it. But it's funny, because I went on Crunchyroll to watch it, and this was like 5 months ago or something. Like, it was a bunch of months before Corona hit. And I watched it on Crunchyroll because a lot of their 90s stuff is free, so you can just watch it for free with, not really an account or anything like that. So I watched it all, and it was still good. And then, like, last week, really weird, it's now on Netflix. And I was like, wow, okay, that's strange. What are the odds of that, So that was interesting. But then after that, I watched the next series, Clear Card, which was made in 2018. And it's supposed to be when they're older and all that. And the animation's pretty, but I actually preferred the 90s animation. And I can't tell if that's like me just being nostalgic for that animation, but I don't know, I couldn't really get into the animation that, it's like, now it's so computer everything that it's beautiful. Like I said, it's really beautiful, but I couldn't get into it. Not to mention they didn't finish the series. Like the new one. They didn't finish it. Oh, cute. See, and I was always a Trigun girl. It was, when I was growing up, it was you were either Bebop or Trigun, and I was Trigun. Bebop was so not even like, that story compared to Trigun's, to me, was not even close. Like, Bebop to me is boring. I mean, it's good, but it's boring compared to, like, the ideas and all the things going on in Trigun. Man. Hi, Wade. But yeah, I remember just being at a convention. It's like, are you Bebop or Trigun? We just butt heads and everything. And then if you go back and watch the original Ava, it does not hold up. It does not hold up. Okay, I need to go a little bit darker here. I'm playing it too safe right now. Yes, Cavendish, I'm gonna totally agree with you on that. Jumanji 1 and 2, I was like, this is gonna be crap. And they were surprisingly so good. Gabe and I were like, what? I was really surprised. They were really fun, and the source material, like, it was a good upgrade for nowadays. I was very impressed. I can't even tell you how, like, just blown away we were by that. I'm not saying it's a fantastic movie by any means, but damn, did it throw us for a loop. Like, totally different than what we were expecting. Plus, it had that kid in it from, what's it called? From Hereditary. I really like that movie, by the way. Hereditary is really good. I didn't like Midsummer as much. Just because I felt like a lot of it was being disturbing just to be disturbing, but Hereditary was actually, like, cool. I liked it. Oh, Lodos. Yeah, Lodos War. I had a thing for Deedlit. I wonder if that shows. That probably carried into my adulthood pretty crazily. Can you tell? That is too purple. I might just do that and then blot it. So, I'm curious, Dennis, have you seen The Raid? Because everybody who's seen The Raid says that it's basically like Dread is The Raid, but just with a Dread skin on it. And then I didn't know this, and then Gabe showed me The Raid, and I was like, oh my god, oh no. It's basically like a direct rip. And to be honest, I'm still a fan of the 80s Dread too, with Stallone. I like it. I know it's very far from the source material. Gabe's pretty up to date on that stuff, but I still had fun with it, and he still likes it too. It's fun. Yeah, it's the exact same idea. It just fits really nicely with the Dread because of the blocks. You know, the idea that Dread has just in general, you know, Megacity and all that. So it fits. It's just funny how well it fits. Is that too red? That's too red. Need a cooler purple. My whole elf thing, though, probably just started with Zelda, though. More than anything else, I think. As did, I'm sure, everyone's. I'm actually using good watercolor paper for a change, and I can tell the difference. I told myself I wouldn't use the good stuff, though, until I got pretty used to the regular stuff, just so I could appreciate the good stuff, and I am. This is nicer. Arches, baby. Spoil yourself. Hi, Evan. How are you? Thank you. Oh yeah, What We Do in the Shadows is great. Did you watch the movie first though, Dennis? Or did you watch the show first? Right, Kit? Yeah, you would know. You're really good at watercolor. Yeah, we usually use the really crappy Canson, because it's good for little things. Like if you're not doing a big piece, there isn't really too much difference, I guess. But when you're doing something like this, I feel like, yeah, you can absolutely tell the difference. Does anybody else just think about food once in a while like it was a past lover and you're like, yeah, man, can't wait for that? I feel like that's me a lot of the time. Gonna tap that food. Get it. I haven't even colored this pot. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, it's night and day now that I've tried it. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I wanted to see Jojo Rabbit too. It's really weird. It got like really blah reviews, but like people are saying it's good. So it's one of those things where it's like, I wonder if critics hated it and regular, viewers loved it. That sort of thing. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. Ah. Keep going backwards. Doing some stuff on the bottom here. Best idea of my life. Megan. Are you having an affair with the chimichangas? Yeah, well, I figured out lettuce, so try me. I'm just kidding. I'm starting a fight for no reason. See, this is what I was talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You get it now. No, Kit, that makes total sense. Absolutely. You be a paper snob. You have reason to. Makes sense. Also, Megan, I like that you said you picked them up. It makes it really sound like you adopted them, and that makes me happy. I like thinking you adopted the chimichangas. It's a really weird tavern. Gotta be honest, I don't know if I'd eat here myself, but, I wouldn't judge the people that did. It's a little strange. They can't seem to decide on how they want it to look, but I feel like a lot of dives look that way. Oh, and there's thunder. Yo. Dennis, do you have the link to that? I want to see that. Apparently he has regulars. Or they just never leave. One of the two. Uh-oh. Oh, curry. Yeah. I want this cheesecake to move in with me. Oh, Megan. Oh, Theb, you're funny. Oh my god, Kit, right? There are some places, like, I guess I'm gonna actually say that that's the curse of traveling, is that you learn to miss places that you've seen. Like, you're thankful that you found them, but you miss them like crazy sometimes. I totally know what you're talking about. It's so sad. It's true, Cavendish. That's how you know it's good food. Like, or like the menu has pictures of the food taken with like Polaroids. And they look like crap. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Dennis. Excellent. I'm putting this up into my tabs for later. I knew he had an island, but I didn't know he did a little tour of it. Dennis, did you see there was this guy who was doing, it was like a late night show type thing, talk show, and he was inviting people on that were like celebrities, but it was their Animal Crossing selves, and it was completely shot in Animal Crossing. Have you seen that? Oh, he's so cute. Oh, Danny Trejo. Why are you so cute? Alright, I'm gonna have to bump some of these colors because this is getting kind of sad right now. Yeah. Kick up that yellow, bruh. Kick it. This is kind of messy. This whole piece is kind of messy. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of a mess. Sometimes the things I do on stream are just a mess. And you know what? I think it's okay. Like I said, this is like a relaxing piece. I'm not stressing about it. I've made lots of mistakes, but I'm okay with that. I think once you start making art a lot, like as your job, you're making it all the time, I think you start stressing less about, things with it, and you're like, that's how it's gonna be, whatever. And unless it's really bad, you won't redo it, Like, if it's really bad, you can be like, oh my god, okay, I cannot sell that, or whatever. But if there's just a couple things, because, I like to think that there's something that you make for everybody. And if somebody likes the choices you made on a piece, and you think they're ugly, that's fine. I mean, if they like them, who are you to say that, that person's wrong? If they end up liking all the choices you decided on a piece and they want to buy it, hey man, then that piece, in my opinion, was made for them. That's all I gotta say about that. It's for them now. It was never yours. If you can't appreciate it, it's not meant for you. So pass it to the person that it's meant to be for. Oh, that's cute. That might be similar to this one. I forget who does it. If you just look up like late night talk show Animal Crossing, you'll probably see it. I forget who actually did it. I'm pretty sure it was a celebrity. But like I said, I can't even remember now. I think Gabe had found it. It's a little too washed out. Do it, Serenity. Do it. this wood isn't supposed to be this color, so let's get on it. Let's get on it, fam. I'm getting over my fear of doing too much color too quickly, like doing too much contrast. I've been afraid of that in the past, and I'm really trying to get better at it. Just putting down pigment and dealing with it. So you can tell I've been kind of scared up until this point. Now I'm getting mad at myself. I think it is called Animal Talking. Yeah, that sounds right. It's just weird. I don't even remember if it's funny. I just remember the idea, basically. But yeah, if it sucks, I'm sorry. I obviously did not recall it very well. That's true. That's a good point, Serenity. Can use some water and rub it back out, I guess. It's just, I always do it too light where you can't even tell what color it is. And it's like, Ashley, just go for it. Come on. So I'm still getting used to it. There we go. Fucking put the pedal down. Jerk. Jerk! Do the thing. I don't like that color. Yeah. Let's make wow, that is too much there color. Oh, Night Kit. Thanks for joining. It was great having you. I miss ya. Let's see. My favorite watercolor color? It's either a wine color or I don't actually know the name if that's what you're asking. But I have one that is like it's like a rust color almost, but it turns colors over time. It's called Minnesota Pipeline, funny enough. But yeah, it's really cool. I haven't seen many like it. Gabe has one that's kind of similar. I think it's a green that turns to blue. Something like that. God, I'm in love with this passed out mouse. Little beaver in here just getting his drink on. How about you, Serenity? What's your favorite watercolor color? Oh, a color I avoid using? You know the answer to that. It's like this RGB blue. God, I hate it. I hate it. I know I need it to mix some colors, but man, I do use it once in a while for sky, but never at full intensity. But God, I hate it. I want to kill it. I want to push it out the window. I don't even like it. I don't know what it is. It's probably Windows scarred me at an early age. Blue screen of death everywhere. So, I'm gonna blame Microsoft. As I do. Payne's Gray, isn't that more of a like a desaturated blue almost or something? Or is that your favorite color? Now I'm lost what we're talking about. What color have I learned to love? Mustard yellow. I think that's just in general, not even like using it to love it, but I've just in general, I think, learned to love the color. It just fits pretty well into my palette anyway, because my stuff is usually green and like this wine like mauve color. So I think that mustard fits in actually pretty well. Oh, that's a weird one. Wow. What's your favorite one? What's your least favorite one? Too intense. Ah, yeah, Opera Pink. That's one of Gabe's favorites. Yeah, the green can be, but man, I love them. For a really nice sunlit leaf, ooh, you need that green. Yeah, I can't do blue. Like, just, ugh. I just want to kill it thinking about it. Like, ugh. Just that RGB blue, man. Get rid of it. I don't want it. Don't need it, don't want it. Can live without it. I mean, it is the color of the sky, but, you know, whatever. I feel like it's been summer forever. I think that's just the heat talking, but man, I'm over it. I want fall back. I was thinking too, there was a time where I was like, you know, oh, I don't want to live in some place that's always cold. But man, I am seriously thinking about it. I don't know, I don't think I'd mind it that much. Like living so far north that it's like the hottest it gets is maybe, you know, 75 or something. Because this 90s shit's gotta go. I can't do it. My brain shuts off if it's too, you know, too hot. Definitely the color I hate, Serenity. Definitely. And I'll try. You can't make me! And it's funny because you guys have seen me use it. I will use it for like 5 seconds, I'll stop. It is this color. See this? Not very well. Okay, hold on. This damn color. Ugh! Urgh! Just type in 255 blue into Google. Oh my god. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. Oh, really? Oh, Kristen, lucky. I'll switch with you, Thev. Any day. Yeah, if somebody wants to give me, like, some European citizenship or some crap, I'll marry you for a while. Gabe will be down with that. We'll be fine. If we can come live there for, like, ever, we'll marry you. Get us citizenship and then we'll be good. I'm gonna have to use that fucking blue right now and I don't want to. Because I have to separate the pub from the background. I don't want to do it. Yeah, no. Just go north. What do you mean? I used to live in Minnesota and it would still get in the 90s sometimes, man. Like, I have to go north, you know? If that's what we're talking about. Like, it's crazy because Minnesota could get up, you know, past 100 degrees in the summer, and then in the winter it can get negative 60. Like, it's no thing. It's crazy. I remember there was one June when I was like 13 where one day it was like, God, what was it, like 40 out? Something like that. And then the next day it was like 80 and we were outside in the sprinkler. It was crazy. There, that's good enough for me. Aw, thank you, Megan! Oh, I'm trying to get better with color. It's not my strong suit, but gotta do it. Gotta do it. Really, Serenity? Oh, Thev, you're in Canada. Oh, yeah, don't come live here. You don't want to live here. No, stay where you are. It's great there. You have wonderful options. Canada cares about the health of its people. Don't come here. Don't come here. Save yourself. It's crazy because I think a lot of, at least, Northern Americans are pretty smart about some things. Smarter than a lot of Southern Americans. Southern America, not South America, but Southern America has some serious holdups still. They gotta fix their shit. I just realized I haven't colored the mouse or the beaver. It's too yellow. Color that beaver. Yeah, that's a good, yeah, go with that. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Here, for everybody coming in, here are my socials. I'm mainly active on Instagram, but I touch the other ones here and there. You know, you kind of have to. I'll probably quit in a little bit, so if anybody has anything they want to talk about, I'm going to go over this again and try to round it out. We'll see how that goes. I'm a little bit worried I'm going to muddy the crap out of it, but don't really feel like I have a choice. I just feel like it's not rounded enough. Oh, thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. I try to do that with a lot of my art, have that kind of cozy feeling to it. Somebody had told me at a recent convention, and when I say recent, I mean in the past year, that my stuff looked like cottagecore, which I was like, what the hell is cottagecore? And they had explained that it's technically like art that is like cozy, usually has animals and stuff with it, like knitting and things like that. I had no idea. Makes total sense though. So I was kind of into it. I think we have a lot of artists in the chat. If everybody wants to throw out their socials, feel free. Go for it. Was it still raining? Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah. So I usually go on Saturdays. I start at 7 p.m. Central and I go till 10 p.m. So that's like 3 hours. I try to get a piece done within 3 hours. That was my dog just collapsing onto the floor because she is lazy and she doesn't give a so. And she's like 60 pounds. So there's that. See, and towards the end of the piece, I always get a little more bold. I'll put some more color in there. So everything I usually make on stream, I'm going to sell. So if anybody actually likes this, let me know, and you can have it. I mean, if nothing else, I'll be putting it on my website probably within the next week. Oh, bye, Jeremy. Thanks for coming. Is it downpouring?
It was.
Yeah, but not right now.
No, it's sprinkling.
Hmm. What were you doing?
I'm just reading a script.
Not playing Batman?
No.
I'm giving you shit.
I was playing Moonlighter earlier.
Moonlighter, that old game that you never finished?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gotta be weird.
It's also kind of like it's kind of hard to finish because it's like
Is there no finish?
there is, but it takes a while because a lot of grinding involved.
Oh.
So I sort of got sick of the grinding.
Right, yeah. I think you have a good start, Cavendish. You seem to understand how it works. Now you get to go down the rabbit holes of rendering and color and all that stuff. It's a very long battle. Alright, so just tell that this is kind of pushed back. I'm going to push it back more. This drunk mouse is making my life. It's making me want to draw more drunk animals. Which I'm guessing there's a market for that. You guys agree there's like not enough drunk animals on the internet in terms of art? They're kind of fun. I should have just stuck to this color. It's a good color for this. Serenity, you figure out what you're gonna do with your story? Like in terms of, are you gonna make it into something you can sell, or what do you think you'll do with it? Because now you're gonna have us harping on you in a whole different way. That's true, Megan. That's very true. I know I like seeing a drunk moose now and again. I mean, who doesn't? God. Okay, so I'm using the blue I hate. And unfortunately, it's like the perfect shadow color. Fuck my life. This is something that's going to take me a little bit to digest. Damn, I hate that color. Oh, do I ever. Now I'm seeing little spots that I have to fix, or else I'll be mad at myself about it. Me too, Cavendish. It's equally exciting for me, in all honesty. I love it. But it's like finding the right color for those shadows is, damn, that is a newer feeling for me, and it's cool. It's cool as hell. Seriously, I enjoy it a lot. I feel a little bad. So Megan, your ATC and everyone else's isn't in watercolor this month. It is toned paper. But it should still be fun. It's just I didn't have time to do all of them in watercolor, unfortunately. I just honestly played around, Thev. I think even the key to like learning how to do any of this crap well is really just lighting. Once you learn lighting, a lot of things kind of just fall into place. That's why a lot of the time they tell you to study photography. There's a lot you can take from it. I might be noodling it at this point, but I'm trying not to forget anything. I have a pretty notorious habit of just forgetting whole sections of a piece because I dart around a lot. So if I do that and you notice I skip something, let me know. Like this area I keep forgetting about. There, that looks better. I'm gonna warm up a couple of these areas. These sunlit areas. Fairly pleased with this. Oh, I got it. Here it comes. You ready? I gotta use that color I don't like. Ugh. Ugh. God. Ugh. Just feels so cheap. Gah. Even though it's like super light, it bothers the crap out of me. Ugh. Can't even explain it to you. I honestly can't. My favorite blue. Ugh. Blech. Oh, thanks, Megan. Yeah. I actually wasn't going to do a background originally, because, I don't know, I like whenever I see these kind of concept buildings that they don't have any, background really, but I suppose I should. Here it is. Make it a little hazy. Get rid of that crap. And I suppose if I can ever get over this stupid hatred of this color, I'll be a better artist, but for right now it's kind of funny, and it's fun to avoid it. Oh, that's what I forgot. That wood at the top. You guys, you're failing me here. Look at this giant chunk of wood at the top you forgot. How could you guys do that? That bee just steals the show, doesn't it? I'll have to go in with a gel pen. Lighten that up. Or just some water. Fuck it. Alright. I went over my time that I was thinking. Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about? I'm all ears. If anybody's curious about how to be an independent artist, check out that Journey Through June link I posted. God, this mouse is hilarious. This whole room smells like bulldog gas. It's awful. AI Illustration, what's up? Thanks for the follow, homie. Yeah, it would. Good call. Good call, Sev. Yes, indeed it would. It would. Haha. Ha ha ha. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could probably go in here, make this a good bit darker. Your cat farts in your face. That's okay. I'll let you live that for me. How about that? Here, how's that better? It pass next time. No, the cat'll pass next time. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ugh. So I still have a ways to go with this kind of style that I'm thinking of, you know, trying to make a thing. So I learned a lot. I think I know what to improve for next time. But if there's anybody that wants this, you get it. I'm gonna do a couple things here real quick. Put some foam on this beverage for this beaver. Yeah, he's going to town on that. Just because you probably can't see it. He's got a bunch of foam on this ale or something. And then, oh yeah, we gotta get this down. Speaking of ale. Oh, Megan, you claim all mine. You must have like a Cloverkin gallery at this point, don't you? Megan, if you want to put drunk animals in your in your ATC thing, I can definitely draw you some drunk animals for your monthly thing. It would be my pleasure. Oh, you guys can't even see this. God, that's the other thing I'm really bad at. I still have to figure out a better setup for this lighting, because for watercolors, this is butts. Like, abso butts. This, I don't know if I wanted to make this white. I was thinking about making it gold, but I guess that wouldn't make sense with the fact it's like a dive. Making this gold. Please. Get out of here. At least white's not as difficult to believe. Yeah, it's not bad. So I'll probably go through and do a bunch of this crap to it. This after stuff. This is a fun part for me though. I'll have to go through and do a couple lines over again. I'm gonna go through and do some of these hay spots too, to kind of make the hay call out a bit more. The thimble, yeah. Drunk fruits. See, that's interesting because, I mean, if you draw drunk grapes, does that mean they're drunk on themselves? How does that work? Yeah, so this needs a little bit of post work. Like what I'm doing right now. Going through and just kind of picking out some spots to call out. Mixed media, man. Mixed media. Yeah, I gotta go work on regular crap now. For my curious collectors, your stuff will be going out this week. Never fear. It's all coming. God, I can't stop. This is fun. I know if I stop, I have to go back to work. Yeah, Thev, I think you have more homework now to do the drunk fruits. Did you do the watercolor homework? Did you? Yeah, this isn't a gel pen. This is a Faber-Castell Pitt pen, white. It's not very opaque, which I don't want opaque right now. So it's nice to kind of build up the white. And it's especially over some watercolors, it's really soft. So it doesn't immediately, you know, make a speck highlight or anything like that. So it is really nice to just kind of allude to certain areas to be lighter. And it does almost look like a watercolor, like an intentional watercolor white. So it's pretty nice. But if you're looking for a more opaque white, the Sakura white, this one is nuts, at least for watercolor. If you're using regular dry media, a regular jelly roll is actually best, but on watercolor, that Sakura pen like kicks ass. Alright, I gotta stop myself, you guys. I'm having too much fun. Drunk mouse. Party on. I'm actually in love with this little pot. Pot, bottle, whatever it is. It's just a giant bottle, honestly. Alright, I think that's good for now. As I go in for one more line. So those of you who are doing Journey June, we're in the last stretch of it, last 10 days. Hang in there, you'll make it. If you've fallen behind, it's okay, you'll still have about a week to catch up and get in your story before, you know, we have the publishing class. Don't worry, my dog is not throwing up. She sounds like she's throwing up, but she's not throwing up. I'll let you know if she throws up. And for anybody else, I am streaming Saturdays at 7 p.m. CST. Let's see. That's true, Serenity. That's true. So yeah, if anybody ever has any questions online or anything else, this looks... I'm not naked, I swear to God. This is like a... It's a white spaghetti thingy, but man, since I am so pale, it almost looks like I'm naked. I'm not. I'm not. It's okay, don't ban me. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. I really want to start adding another stream day, but really, I can't right now. Once all my stuff cools off and I can do that, I will. Because I really want to add one earlier in the day for you overseas people. I think that'd be really nice to actually talk to you guys when you're not dead tired. I do appreciate you staying up though and spending time with me. And I hope you guys have a good week, alright? Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Try to stay away from super stressful things if you can, because the world's crazy right now. And I will see you next week, alright? Alright, be good. Stay safe.